So, have you ever had second thoughts about your child's name? Apparently, it's a real issue. According to a new survey, 73% of British parents had name regret as their kids grew up. So, would you guys ever do a name redo if you could for one of your kids or even for yourself?
So we have a Facebook comment that Linda sent to us. And Linda says, when I named my baby girl Jessica, the nurse said, oh no, everyone will call her Jessie after the outlaw cowboy killer Jesse James. No one had the name until a few years later, and it seemed every second baby girl was named Jessica. This, by the way, is Linda Allen on Facebook, the mother of Jessica Allen, who clearly does
Wow.
not have name
Wow.
regret.
Wow. Mom, I don't know what to say. Mom, I'll call you after the show and we'll talk about this in private. I love you.
Well, we don't do anything traditionally in our house. We had the gender reveal after the kids were born, which I know is not how it's done these days. Our daughters are named Sugar Daisy and Indigo. But the story behind it is Sugar Daisy was named because in 25 seconds or less, we had just returned from Georgia where everyone calls everyone Sugar. My wife had two grandmothers who were named Daisy, so we knew we wanted to incorporate that. We were driving to go have lunch. I said, Sugar Daisy's kind of cute. We spent a moment debating, like, I wonder if that's a real flower. We get to the restaurant. The server comes over with a catalog called Bunnies by the Bay. You can Google it. And says, Carol, check out these little dresses. They're so sweet. Open the catalog. There's a little dress that said Sugar Daisy right across the chest. It was like chills on the back of your neck, the universe tapping you on the shoulder. I wouldn't have had like an actor with kids like names like Veranda and Anvil. Like I roll my eyes at it. But my wife was like, well, obviously that's her name. There are forces bigger than us at play. We probably thought we'd only have one kid and kind of blew our wad on Sugar Daisy. But then when we were having another one, which we were really excited about, we were like, what do we do now? Anne? Like, do we counter the name with something really simple? So you don't want to compete or try to overshoot the runway. Like, this is our daughter jet plane. So Indigo felt kind of complimentary, Shug and Indy. So I'm not in a position to judge unique names.
Love those
That's
names.
beautiful.
I like unique
love
names
those names.
too.
I like
I think
them.
it's important. 'Cause
I have to say,
right?
yeah. Like
Mm.
I like unique names. I have to say I hated my name growing up though. I hated Elaine, Lainey. I wanted to be Jennifer. So I was desperate to be called Jennifer. I thought that was, remember, Jennifer, I think was in the 70s. Like there's no other name that's been like Jennifer in terms of popularity. And then I also hated my Chinese name, which is Lo Yok Fan. Lo is Louis, my last name, and Yok Fan is my Chinese name. I didn't like it. And then one day I was 19, I came home and my parents were in the kitchen. And I was like, I'm changing my Chinese name. And I told them I was changing it to Lo Yok Ting. And they had this weird look on their face. And I was like, okay, bye, I'm going to see my friends. And I went to the garage, got into the car. I forgot to close the back door of the car, backed into the garage, took the door off the car, and had to basically crawl back into the kitchen on my hands and knees, begging for forgiveness for ruining the car. And the first thing my mother said to me was, you see what happens when you want to change your identity? The heavens will look down and tell you they disapprove.
Whoa.
Wow.
I mean, there's something there, I guess. Listen, my name is Cynthia. That's my name on my birth certificate. But for a long time, people called me Cindy, and I hated it. And then there's the dilemma of changing your name. But I do think it's a gift for a parent to give your children a name that can be shortened. I did not give that gift to my son. It was really hard. I think it's painstaking for people to decide on names for their kids. I went through all these boards. I remember Jason coming back home and I read him a bunch of possibilities. And he's like, why are they all so biblical? And I had to admit, like, it was true. And so then eventually we found this name Jaya, and it had a connection to his, Chinese Malaysian heritage. So we just decided to go with that. And he suits it. But he's forever stuck. There's no short form for Jaya. So I kind of hope.